Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you here today for a new video. We're going to be kicking off a current favorites video. Super excited to share some of the things that I've been loving, both physical products and a couple of other things. So let's get started. With a couple of products. First up, we have the Day Prickly Pear Hair Oil. This smells so good. It smells so sweet and just amazing. I have been really liking my Dyson Airwrap. I got it for Hanukkah this year, so I've had it been using it I guess for 4 full months at this point and really enjoying it. I don't do anything fancy in terms of like curling it. I pretty much just like use the blow dry function and use one of the brushes to just like brush my hair out. But when I'm done, I've been using this and I really like it. I just take like 1 to 2 pumps and just kind of like get it all through my hair. It smells so good and the scent actually really lasts like for at least 24 hours. Yeah, it smells amazing. It makes my hair feel and look super soft and I just really love this. Next, we've got the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the color Pink Sugar. This is what I have on my lips today. It just gives a really light, nice wash of color. Also smells amazing. You're gonna notice this also with the next product I'm gonna talk about that I'm also obsessed with the scent of. This smells like just like cotton candy and like, I don't even know, like cupcakes. It smells so good. It's super light, it's not sticky, which I like because I don't really wear lip gloss or anything like that. I prefer doing something like this, and this just gives like the perfect light amount of color. It's not too much, and I just love this. This I believe is the newest color that they just came out with of this, and also I have never used the lip butter balm in this new packaging. All of the other packagings that I've had of the original, just like the original one that doesn't have a color or anything, have all been in the aluminum tube that like the jet lag mask is in. So this is the first one that I've tried for this, and I do really like the applicator. It just makes it a lot easier to put on. I didn't mind the aluminum applicator for the other one because I had it on my nightstand, so I didn't mind if it like got all over. I would just like rub it off and like I could go and wash my hands. But like if you're applying this out in public or something, this makes it a lot easier and I just love it. Next up, we've got a product from Vacation. This is the Super Spritz SPF 50 Face Mist. This smells so good, super nostalgic. It reminds me of my childhood down the Jersey Shore with my family and like my mom spraying sunscreen on me. And I just love the packaging. I think it's so fun. And their whole branding and like aesthetic and everything is great. This was gifted to me from Los Angeles, which is one of my favorite podcasts that I love to listen to. Kirby and Sarah are awesome and super informative. And they have recently started doing a like seedling program where they have partnered with different brands to gift products to the Glamgelinos, which is what they call their listeners, to test products out. And I was lucky enough to receive this one. I have used the just classic Vacation body SPF, which is just in a tube, and I really like that as well. I actually have a travel size of it that I keep in my bag, and that's great for reapplying to the body. But if you're going to say Disneyland like myself, or if you're just out and about and you have face makeup on and you don't want to have to put a cream or something back on your face, this is a great option. I probably wouldn't use this for the body because I feel like it would take a lot to actually cover for the amount of sun protection that you really need. But for the face, this is awesome, and it's small enough that like it doesn't take up too much space in your bag or anything like that. You could keep this in your car. And the mist application is also great. It's not too like heavy. It feels nice over makeup, doesn't leave a white cast, doesn't leave you feeling oily or anything. It just dries really nice, and I just can't say enough good things about this. I love it. This is a kind of random physical product, but it's the last one. This is my favorite coconut water. This is the Vita Coco pressed coconut water. This tastes so good. It's the first coconut water that I actually really enjoy drinking. And especially like I was just talking about with the SPF, It's getting hot here in LA. This is the first like hot weekend that we're having right now. I think it like almost got to 90 the other day, and you definitely want to make sure you're staying hydrated, which I always am. But I also, you know, like to just add a little bit, something extra in as like a fun drink during the day. So I really love this. It tastes amazing. Yeah, I love it. I don't know what it was. I've been drinking these for years, but I don't normally drink it like in the fall and winter. There's just something about like the hot weather that makes me want to drink it. And like maybe a month ago, I either heard someone talking about coconut water or I like saw something about it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should start to drink my coconut water. So I've been drinking this and it feels really good. Also, when I was feeling a little bit under the weather, like 2 months ago now, I was drinking this and I really feel like it helped me feel more hydrated because I was just not feeling myself, and I feel like that actually really helped. So big shout out to Vita Coco for making such a good coconut water. So I actually do have one more physical item, and that is a book. This is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I had heard really good things about it and I picked it up a while ago, but it wasn't until kind of recently that I started reading it. And this has been really helpful with just my mindset around procrastination and goal setting and habits and all those kind of things in a way that makes it really digestible and easy to understand. I feel like one of the biggest takeaways that I have gotten from this is the way that I think about my goals and thinking about them in more like measurable ways. So for instance, if your goal is to save $10,000 this year, and you know, I feel like this is a common thing with like New Year's resolutions. If you say like, I'm going to save $10,000 this year. Okay, but how are you going to do that? You need to like actually break it down and say, okay, well that means I need to save X amount of money per month. And if that doesn't work into your budget, then like, okay, what am I going to cut from my current spending so I can set aside that money? Or if your goal, I feel like this is another common example, but like if you say, I'm going to run a marathon this year, then you don't currently do any kind of running or walking or anything. So, okay, so let's start with a 15-minute walk every day. And then maybe you do that for a week or two and then kick that up to 30 minutes. And then maybe like the next 2 weeks, you're going to add in running into that. And, you know, so on and so forth. And you're building up your stamina, just like you're building your way up towards a bigger, like loftier goal. Because I feel like both are important, and it teaches you discipline to, you know, work the step by step to get to like the big goal at the end. But, you know, that's the big goal at the end, I feel like is what's intimidating to people and maybe like what scares them off from accomplishing these things that they're interested in. But if you start to break things down in smaller chunks that are actually easy to understand, it makes it a lot more attainable. Next, I've got a couple of favorites that are not physical items that I can show you, but they're things that I can explain to you that I've been enjoying lately. First is hiking. So I actually recently had jury duty. I mentioned this on TikTok, I think once, and on Instagram, but I don't think I've mentioned it on YouTube at all. But I had jury duty and like actually served as a juror for over a week, and it was very interesting to say the least. But during that time, my whole like schedule and everything kind of got like flipped around with my life, because obviously I had to go and be somewhere from 9:30 till 4:30 every day for 7 business days. So it was a lot. And so trying to figure that out, and like my life with, you know, working on top of having to do that was difficult. And something that I could not really do was go and exercise and like go to the gym or go to fitness classes or anything like that unless I wanted to wake up super early, which normally I don't mind, but it was definitely hard to do when I was doing jury duty, because I would basically get home and then have to do like anything personal that I wanted to do and any work stuff that I had to get done. So it was a lot, to say the least. But after that, I was really craving spending more time outside, and thankfully the weather has been really nice lately, like I mentioned. So I have started to do some hikes, at Fryman Canyon, specifically in Studio City. That's always been one of my favorite hiking trails ever since I moved to LA almost 6 years ago, which is crazy that I've lived here for so long. But I've really been enjoying going and just spending time outside, especially going there like pretty early in the morning when it's not too hot and it's not too busy is really nice, because it can definitely get crowded in LA during the spring and summer, especially if you go to like a really popular trail like Runyon Canyon. And it can get super busy and it can get really hot. So you obviously don't want to forget your sunscreen. You don't want to forget to hydrate or anything like that. But I have really been enjoying that and just like really feeling like I'm out in, you know, nature and just like enjoying the views and all the fresh air and everything has been really lovely. And it's a great way to clear your head. So when I'm going on a walk or on a hike, I always like to listen to a podcast, and my current favorite has been Broad Ideas with Rachel Bilson. It is just a really good, enjoyable listen every week. I actually didn't listen to it for a while after it started. I had heard about it, but I never actually listened to it, and I wish that I had sooner. But it has actually been kind of nice because I've been able to like binge listen to episodes, especially when I've had like long drives as well. It's been really nice to listen to because the episodes are normally like close to 2 hours, which I really like. And the conversations, it's hosted by Rachel and her best friend Olivia. They've been friends since they were like teenagers. And then their producer Rob, who is also, I believe, the producer of Armchair Expert by Dax Shepard. I've listened to a couple of episodes from that, from just like people that I was interested to, but I don't listen to it regularly or anything. But Broad Ideas has been really great to listen to. Like I said, some of my favorite episodes that I've listened to, Mandy Moore, that was, I think, one of the first episodes, Aubrey Plaza, Allison Brie, and Melinda Clark. Rachel and Melinda actually host Welcome to the OC, B-word, which is, and Melinda Clark plays, if you don't know, she plays Julie Cooper on the OC, and the OC is one of my favorite shows. I just love it, and it's a really enjoyable conversation. It really spans like so many different conversations. They're both really good interviewers and just really are comfortable with talking about like lots of different topics. They do talk a lot about motherhood because Rachel and Olivia are both moms, and a lot of the guests that they have on are also moms. So I don't relate to that aspect of the conversations always, but everything else has just been really insightful and like enjoyable to listen to. Olivia is a spiritual psychologist, so I feel like the combination of like that and like they ask good questions that, you know, it's not like, I feel like a lot of celebrity podcasts are just kind of like fluff almost, but like this actually like gets into the meat of stuff with people and like is just really feels like you're just like listening to a good conversation between people. Yeah, I've just really been enjoying it, and since I didn't start listening to it when it first started, I've just been able to, like I said, like binge episodes basically and just listen to them all at a time. So it's been really nice, and I highly recommend you go and give it a listen. So speaking of Rachel Bilson, something else that I've really been enjoying lately is Hart of Dixie. I don't know why I never watched this or anything when it actually came out, but I'm glad I'm watching it now because it is enjoyable. It's nice to just sometimes have something on that can kind of be like a little mindless, and that's not to say that I'm not like actively paying attention, but when I'm doing stuff, not necessarily writing, because when I'm writing, I would prefer to listen to maybe like lo-fi music, but I can't really listen to a podcast or watch a show and be like focused on writing. I can do it when I'm researching, but it's a little hard to be like actually writing for me and like also be like listening or like trying to watch something. So, but when I'm doing other things, like I do freelance social media work, when I'm doing stuff like that, or like I said, answering emails or just like random things, and I want to have something going on the TV. It's really nice to have that on. And yeah, it's just a fun show. I'm watching it on Amazon Prime, and it's just an enjoyable, nice show to watch right now. So that is going to be it for my favorites video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, hopefully specifically with the products. Maybe you'll be interested in going and checking that out, or reading the book, listening to the podcast, maybe going and taking a hike, whatever it may be. I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration. I'd love to know what your current favorites are, whatever it may be. Definitely leave it for me in a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed, I would so appreciate you doing so as well. And I'll see you in my next video again really soon.